Number 1. Choking on water. You took a sip too fast. Suddenly, it went down the wrong pipe. You started violently coughing. Your eyes teared up. You gasped for breath while waving your hand as if saying, "I'm fine." Normally, you would brush this off as a minor inconvenience. However, a few more drops and your airway could have been blocked. That coughing reflex? It's your body fighting off suffocation. Had it failed or you panicked instead of coughing, you might have aspirated water into your lungs, a cause of death even in healthy adults. People drown silently in seconds without ever hitting a pool. You nearly joined them just by standing in your kitchen. Number 2. Standing up too fast. You got out of bed quickly and the world went black. You felt dizzy, maybe stumbled. A few seconds later, you were fine. What happened here was that your blood pressure dropped suddenly. You dealt with what's known as orthostatic hypotension. For a few seconds, your brain was starved of oxygen. That blackout moment was your brain's way of saying, "Hey, I'm about to shut down." If this had happened while on stairs, carrying something sharp, or near a balcony, it could have been fatal. It wasn't the dizziness that would have killed you, it was the fall from fainting. By quickly lying back down when experiencing blackout, you can easily prevent any life-threatening harm in case you end up fainting. Number 3. Holding your breath. You were watching an underwater escape scene in a movie. You thought the actor was holding their breath, and without realizing, you held yours too, just to see if you could make it as long as them. Or maybe you did it in the shower while bathing, or even in the swimming pool. It always felt harmless to you. But some people overdo this, especially kids, and push their breath holding too far. If you were lying down or had pre-existing conditions, you could pass out. If you were in a bath or swimming, it's even more dangerous. Blacking out, even briefly, can be deadly if your body isn't in a safe position, or if you are anywhere near a pool of water. You survived because your brain forced you to breathe before things got risky. But people have actually died doing this during movies or holding breath challenges. Number 4. Sleeping in a room with poor ventilation. You woke up with a dull headache and dry mouth. Maybe you thought you slept weird, or that you were dehydrated. That headache may have been your brain warning you that you're not getting enough oxygen. In extreme cases, poorly ventilated rooms can trap carbon monoxide from heaters, stoves, or even running cars and garages. In those situations, those who fall asleep never wake up. You survived because your body woke you up just in time, often with a headache, a gasp, or a racing heartbeat. The lucky ones notice, and the unlucky ones are no longer with us. Number 5. Random sharp chest pain. A weird stabbing pain in your chest or side came out of nowhere. It lasted a few seconds, maybe a minute. You stretched and said, "Oh, probably a pulled muscle." But no, it's much worse. It could have been a tiny blood clot, a small air bubble in your lung, or even a muscle spasm in your esophagus that mimics a heart attack. These things can trigger life-threatening events if larger or left untreated. If you're alive, you got lucky. Your body resolved it on its own, but the next one might not be as kind. Number 6. Swallowing a pill without water. You dry swallowed a pill. It felt stuck. It burned for a bit going down. Uncomfortable, but you carried on. Here's what happened. That pill may have got stuck in your esophagus, slowly dissolving and burning the tissue. Some pills, like ibuprofen or iron, can cause ulcers or perforate the throat when not washed down properly. Worst case, swelling infection or choking hours later. You lived because gravity helped, but you were a dry swallow away from an emergency room. Number 7. Holding in a sneeze. You're in class, at work, in public. You feel a sneeze coming on, and out of instinct or embarrassment, you hold it in. This action must have been extremely painful, but you probably didn't deal with any long-term health issues and brushed it off as another insignificant mishap. If that's the case, you're very lucky. You picked a near-death experience over public embarrassment and managed to survive. Suppressing a sneeze builds up massive air pressure, sometimes over 20 times normal breathing force. That pressure has to go somewhere. If suppressed, it'll force its way out. Holding in a sneeze can blow a hole in your throat, rupture your eardrum, and pop a blood vessel in your head or eyes. It can even give you a heart attack by disrupting your heartbeat. It's a rare but documented event. Many people ended up going to emergency over a sneeze suppression. The reason you bypassed all the dangers is either because the sneeze wasn't forceful enough or you didn't fully block it. From now on, just let your sneeze out no matter where you are, because you'd feel deeper humiliation than ever in your afterlife if your death is caused by holding in a sneeze. Number 8. Eating something. You are hungry and go up to your fridge that's nearly empty. There you find a bit of leftover food you don't know how old. You decide to eat it without heating it up. Or maybe you accidentally dropped it on the floor and quickly picked it back up and took a bite because in your head you beat the 5-second rule. You felt fine, perhaps a little nauseous later. Seems harmless, but it really wasn't. You may have ingested early-stage bacteria such as botulism, listeria, or E. coli. Any one of them could have killed you if the conditions were right. The reason you're still alive is because the dose wasn't high enough to outperform you. Either your immune system or stomach acid fought it off without you even knowing. But people do die like this from the same food you shrugged off. Your body is strong, but not immortal. One day it can fail. Thankfully, you have the free will to keep it healthy for as long as possible. So always think twice before eating something. And there you have it. Thanks for watching.